I'm Roger with Roger's Outdoor Channel. Uh, on our storytelling today, I'd like to share with you an adventure I had at as an outdoor writer, where I got to explore some repairs that needed to be made at Wanupum Dam on the Columbia River. I read this article that said, hey, the dam. Someone had observed that the dam had a crack in it, and actually was observed to be swelling, and on the verge of possibly collapsing because of this crack. And so the PUD that noticed it and was in charge of the dam, that's producing the power, etc., made plans to make some emergency repairs to the dam, and they published the fact that they were going to do that. Well, I was into doing a lot of work with salmon. I wanted to make sure that they handled the fish ladder and made provisions in their repair of the dam to accommodate the fish passing through there, that we didn't lose our lose the salmon and other migrating fish due to their repairs. So I contacted Grant County PUD, who was in charge of this Wanupum Dam, and said, hey, look, I'm a writer, and I would like to see what you're actually doing to make these repairs, and I'm also a fisherman, and into the salmon stuff, and I want to see how you're accommodating the repairs of the fish ladder, etc., to accommodate the fish. And they said, great, come on over, we'll give you a tour, we'll probably have a couple other writers along with you, and they said it was okay for me to bring my wife, and so the two of us headed over there and met them at a specific time, and they had a tour bus, or like a van, that they said, okay, here, just jump in and we'll give you a narrative as we go. So we get over to the dam, and the way that they were handling the situation is they had to lower the level of the water above the dam by 26 feet from its normal flow in order to keep the pressure off from the dam. So they, it affected how much water they could run through the turbines, etc., or how much electricity they could generate for that year-plus period of time that they were going to do these repairs. So while they were, ultimately what they had discovered was that mixture that they put in the concrete was kind of not the right batch, and what they had to do to shore it up was they went to the top of the dam, and every 100 feet or so they would drill these holes that were about that big, down, all the way down through the concrete dam itself, down to bedrock, and they'd put in a big cable like this, and then they would pour in concrete to make sure that it was anchored to the bedrock, and then they would, at the top of the dam, they would have these big circular metal pieces that would fit right on top of the dam, and then they would take like a big nut, like a washer and a nut, to tighten it up to where it was have a vertical pressure on the dam itself. So instead of just all the pressure from the water pushing against the dam, it had the ability to anchor. Well, during the time that they're doing this, and they had the water kind of shut off from the going over the normal fish ladder, what they had come up with as a fix was they would pump water from the 26-foot lower thing up to the top of the fish ladder to kind of artificially have the the water coming down the ladder, and then so the fish would still come up, as they didn't know what the level of the water on the other side. They'd come up to the top of the old fish ladder, and then it would they built a slide that, rather than dropping 26 feet and hurting themselves, they would go down this slide until they hit the water above the dam. And so that was kind of a neat deal. And then they also had to make some arrangements to for the fish coming back to, the smolt, the young fish, to be able to get them through the turbine area, turbines, to keep them from getting ground up through the force to react at this lower level. So anyway, I looked at all of that, and it was really interesting to see the whole panorama, how this dam affected the next dam downstream had modifications to it because of the lower water level, and when they dropped the level that far, areas of mud flats appeared that hadn't been that low since when they put the dam in, basically. And the river channel was back there. You could see where the old highway used to cut across the old US 10 before I-90 was built. And a lot of they had to close some of the beaches because it was real muddy, and people, one person got stuck out there waiting in the mud. It's kind of like quicksand, effect to it. But so you couldn't go in there. But in the process of repairing the dam, which they were able to do in roughly a year, they decided, well, let's improve some of the boat launches, some of the camping areas around there. Altogether, I think they spent something like $26 million. I think that, no, 46 million, 26 of it was on the dam itself. So anyway, it was really an interesting project. It kind of shows you that the people that are, if you are interested enough and you contact these people, that they'll accommodate, and they'll actually let you know what's going on and what they're doing for to fix the situation. So I hope you enjoyed my story. That's I wrote an article for it, put it in prime time, and I think the Yakima paper also. And I hope you had a chance to read it. And if not, you heard about it. You were one of the first to hear about it right here on the Outdoor Channel.